Our next guest is a JUNO award-winning singer-songwriter who's quickly becoming one of this generation's most promising dance pop artists.
She's big in our house, just saying. Her newly released debut album, Saturn Return. It's a love letter to dance music's past, present, and future. Please welcome to the show, Rêve. Welcome to the show, and I say it rêve en français or rêve pour les anglophones, depending on where you are, because you are from Montreal.
I am, yes.
Listen, debut, yes, Montreal. Yeah. So debut album, it just dropped on Friday. We got 13 bangers on this album. How does it feel that it is finally out for the world to consume?
It is just so amazing. The market is so different these days. It's a very singles market, and so we typically get a chapter of an artist's story, and it's really special to be able to write a whole book in many ways.
Yeah.
So I'm just so grateful for the opportunity.
We were talking a little bit earlier about dating and dating apps and all these things. You know, what is your take on what contemporary love means?
Well, I was watching you guys backstage, and I agree, it's a scary world out there, especially as a hopeless romantic. And so, contemporary love is about finding a happy medium in this modern dating world.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to talk about your discovery story because it's pretty awesome. You were discovered while you were singing the national anthem at a Montreal Canadiens game, hockey game. Like, how cool. So you sing the anthem one night, and then what happens?
I go back to my dressing room, and then Twitter has just blown up. And then all of a sudden, my Instagram count is going up, and I don't know what's going on. And I thought, I did an okay job, but not like that. But yeah, the ball just got really rolling after that. And I credit that to, I can trace the domino effect back to that moment. And so many, important relationships that I have today started with that moment with the Canadiens.
Wow.
So great. Fast forward, though, to 2021, when your breakthrough single, Control-Alt-Delete, drops. My son, I was listening to it yesterday, and he was like, oh, I know this song. It was basically on repeat. You couldn't avoid it. It's such a great song. What did it do for you? Like, talk about the transition then, after that's out.
Oh, my gosh. So we wrote most of this album, and Control-Delete included, in the middle of, the first wave of the pandemic. Very scary, very isolated. So writing dance music meant, for the clubs is very difficult during that time. So we could have, Banks and Ranks co-produced the single, and we could have only dreamt that it would be received when we could all be together again so well. But we couldn't have expected the ride that it would take us on, being synced in Canada's Drag Race and FIFA 2022. It won me my first JUNO. We got to perform it on the awards. So it just kind of snowballed after that, and it's something that we could have never expected, but so grateful.
Let's go to JUNOs just for a second, because you won a JUNO for Dance Recording of the Year. As you said, you performed on stage that night. What was that whole experience like for you?
It was the most beautiful whirlwind.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this outfit for a second?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening here? Like, listen, I mean, you have to rehearse for this. Had you dreamed about this moment? And what is being live like?
Oh, well, there's so many layers to that question. So to shout out the designer of this outfit, it's Evan Clayton. He's amazing. He absolutely smashed it. We dreamt this outfit up for months before the actual performance. But we knew about 2 months ahead of time that we would have the opportunity, and Banks and Ranks got to collaborate with them, and Preston, we just really...
Preston Pablo, another great
Pablo.
Canadian singer. Yeah.
Yes. It was really a family affair. We put a lot of hard work into just making it super special and memorable, and to be able to do it with them, because they really are family. Like, we really came from the same place. And started around the same time. So just to be able to share that moment with them was incredible.
So great.
Yeah.
You've said that truth is a big part of your songwriting process, and you showcased your coming out on a track called Tongue. Can you tell us about what made you make that decision to come out through that song?
Well, I always say that whenever you get into a songwriting room, there's an ultimate truth floating around in the air. And typically at the beginning of a session, you get on the mic, and whatever comes out, comes out. And that day, as a bisexual woman, I was like, I feel like singing about a girl. And I had never done that in many set. Well, I'd done it privately on keys, but then I was in a session, and I just felt like, you know, this reminds me of meeting a girl and being absolutely mesmerized by her. And I've always used music as kind of my superpower and my armor, and it just gave me the strength to be like, why am I not just living my ultimate truth? Like, why can't I? This is so great. And we released it during Pride Month. We had Lemon feature on it, and it was so special, and it's such an important part of the album.
And good for you. Yes. Well, we can't talk any further because we've got a beat in our headphones, Rêve. That's a reference from your song.
You did that.
Thank you. This has been a real pleasure to sit down with you. And congratulations.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.